Evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris is back for some more Hearthstone arena action. And it's a bit of an unfortunate pick here, so finally I have no more Druid, finally I have no more Warrior, but I was looking at my videos and I see that, like, all the latest ones were Mage and Shaman. So you know what? Let's make the Rogue sexy again. I mean, Valeera, she's an attractive lady. I don't understand why, it's Friday night and there's no numbers in her phone and no one's taking her out on a date and she's just sitting at home eating ice cream with a fork, because rogues don't have spoons straight out of the gallon tub, and it's not like even Haagen-Dazs or the nice stuff. She's got like the Cops brand vanilla. Why doesn't anybody play rogues anymore? Let's go ahead and bring sexy back to rogue. It's a totally playable class, and kick things off. Well, we're kicking things off with a shitty epic card. That's great. Boy. Crap. I think it's got to be the South Sea Captain here. It's a 3/3 for 3, and if we pick up any, the rogue is pretty good with pirates. If we pick up any, like, of the 4 mana 3/3 taunter, or like the 2/3 that gets buffed up by your weapon, that might be good. But I really just, preparation as a constructed card in the Doomsayer is just wacky. So we're gonna go ahead and grab that up. Decent cards here all around. Let's go ahead and grab the Silverhand Knight. It's a very nice 5-drop if you have board control established. Vanish, it's never impressed me. It is at best a nuisance, and at worst it's just terrible. I'm honestly, I don't think I've ever played against a rogue and been like, yeah, Vanish won him the game. It's just not a very impressive card. We're going to take the Scarlet Crusader. Dial-Up Alpha is great for buffing and stuff, but the Scarlet Crusader is just so strong. Alright, oh my god, this is a tough pick between the Stormwind Champion or the Sen'jin. Sen'jin is pretty great, but the Stormwind is some really nice late game. Ah, man. Rogues really have to guard their life, because you are swinging at things with your dagger, you're going stabbity-stabbity, and you don't have any built-in life gain. So having a taunter to protect your life total, I think, is more important. With a different class, I might have actually just grabbed the Stormwind Crusader guy. I can't remember his name all of a sudden. Anyway, Backstab is a good card. You pretty much always have to take those. Those are terrific. Another Vanish. Fuck you. I'll take a second Scarlet Crusader. Third Vanish. Jesus. How many Vanishes does a man need? Well, it's hard to play Rogue without having an Assassin's Blade, so the Harvest Golem is a great 3-drop, but Assassin's Blade is pretty spectacular. Shadow Step? Again, it's a little bit more of a constructed card. The Loot Hoarder is not bad, certainly, but let's take this mediocre 3-mana Taunter here. Again, just to protect our life total a little bit. So here we can choose between a late game card or a Silence. Let's grab a Silence. As a rogue, it might be nice to be able to silence a taunt, push through some damage. Oh god, it's another trash rare. Headcrack's bad, Secret Keeper's bad. I guess this is the only playable card here. That's kind of unfortunate. Conceal is kind of nifty, but I think I'm going to grab a Panda. We'll take a crack at the cheaper one. Is there anything here that really combos with the Panda? Silence. This guy. Yeah, not bad. I can get the Divine Shield back from the Scarlet. Alright, we're going to go ahead and pick up the little Panda there. Ah, Eviscerate. My last rogue draft, I got 2 wins. No backstabs, no eviscerates, no deadly poisons. Happily, that is not going to be the case here. Ooh, Backstab or Fan of Knives? I think Backstab is in general a better card, so we'll grab that right there. Wow! All the good rares are in one place. Fuck, I wish one of these had been there when I was picking the Master Swordsman. Rogues are good with the Gadsden Auctioneer because you got a lot of cheap spells. Pine-Size Summoner is, of course, quite strong also, letting you sneak some things out early. Man. Alright, I'm going to take the Pine-Size Summoner. It's the earlier drop. It's a little bit scarier for your opponent, but definitely I'm sad to be passing up on those other 2 cards. Alright, here we go. Here we got a Pirate. I could take another Brick Wall, but since I've been taking Taunt pretty aggressively here with both the Sen'jin and the Ironfur, I'm not going to pass up a chance to grab the Bloodsail Raider. It's a combo with my Epic card, and it's a combo with the Rogue Dagger, a 3/3 for 2 mana. It's pretty great. Alright, here, in lieu of a second Silence, let's get some late game in the form of the Frost Elemental. And here, Razor Hunter is nice, but Fan of Knives is even better. It's a really good card. Do not underestimate it. Sprint is cute, but let's go ahead and grab the best 2-drop in the game. I think that's fine. Backstab or Shiv? Shiv is a little bit more flexible. It's getting to the point where I have so many backstab, I might actually get them to an unplayable state where, like, the opponent has nothing but damaged creatures and I can't backstab my way out of the situation. But I think we'll take a third backstab. Backstab's really good, even better than the Shiv. Alright, Cold Light Oracle is unpalatable, so it's either the Cobra or the Violet Teacher. The Cobra does deal with anything, but my deck's curve is a bit light. I mean, I'm currently, with 10 cards to go, only have 5 cards that are 4 mana or more. That could spell doom for me. I'm going to take the Violet Teacher just in case I see a dearth of heavy picks later on. Okay, well, here, Cold Blood is a neat card. I think I'm going to grab it over these mediocre 3-drop Taunters. It's actually a really good combo with Scarlet Crusader, which I have 2 of. Okay, Betrayal is removal, but Frostwolf Warlord is very big. So what do I go for? I need some big stuff, but it is removal. Alright, if you have enough removal, little things will do the job. Let's go ahead and grab the Betrayal there. Haha, Defias Ringleader. I think it's better than this monkey, sure. Alright, we need to take big things here, so we'll take the Stormwind Knight. Uh-oh, I am not seeing anything big. This is what I've talked about. Sometimes you get a bunch of picks in a row where there's just nothing large. We have too many 2-drops now. Let's get the Acolyte of Pain for some card draw. Get Deadly Poison for some removal. Oh, geez, this is tricky. These are all such good cards. It's terrifying. Stampeding Kodo is a bit of a bigger body, and it kills things, kind of, sort of. But Blade Flurry gives you an out against big board, and I do combo it with the Assassin's Blade as well as Deadly Poison. But Perdition's Blade just can deal lots of damage. We'll take the Perdition's Blade here, although I have some misgivings. Oh, fuck, I'm just not getting anything big. We'll take the biggest thing I see, but... Oh no, there's just nothing big here. Okay. Crap. I'm in trouble. We'll take another Assassin's Blade. Would be good with the Deadly Poison. I feel like taking a Shiv though. If I'm going to play a really cheap deck, I better have lots and lots of cheap removal to go with it. And we're taking a second Perdition's Blade because it's the only one of these cards that's playable. Well, what I did there was I passed on a few big cards and it really came back to bite me because I had like 10 picks in a row where there was nothing big whatsoever coming my way. So I have a very light deck. This is a problem. It can cause me to lose some games if we get to the mid-game and I have nothing to play but 2-mana Junker dudes. So I'm hoping that removal plus tempo will allow me to push out some victories. Let's see. Pound it. Sounds like pundit, except pound it. Alright. Okay. This is way too slow. I'm going to send everything back. I absolutely must play early drops with this deck. There's just no negotiation about that. So I can't afford to keep a handful of 3-mana and 4-mana cards. Alright, well, sadly I am the second, or sorry, excuse me, I am not the second player. Otherwise I could have coined this out and maybe won the game. Instead, I'm going to have a much slower start. Just playing a Panda on turn 2. And it looks like that Panda is going nowhere fast because my opponent has a play. Fairy Dragon. Alright, well, this cannot be targeted by Eviscerate, so I couldn't kill it even if I wanted to. Let's go ahead and play the Brewmaster. Basically, these are going to trade. And already, I'm in a little bit of trouble here. I didn't really get off to a good start. My opponent has an early drop, so if he has a deck with an actual endgame, unlike mine, I'm going to be in some serious trouble. Man, there was just so many picks in a row where there was nothing big. I could have taken a Stampeding Kodo, I guess, but ugh. So my strategy might be to try to burn my opponent out with my Assassin's Blade, and my Perdition's Blades, maybe, and just my Dagger, and then hope to get in as much damage as I can. But at the moment, the amount of damage I can get in is 0. Power of the Wilds for a Panther. Alright, well that will die to Eviscerate. My opponent's choosing to be aggressive here. Ah, Scarlet Crusader is interesting. Well, let's go ahead and use up my mana, so we're going to trade there. Play Scarlet Crusader. So this can trade with the Panther and live to tell about it. My opponent could, of course, pop the Panther for the Divine Shield and then use the hero ability to finish her off. But that would be all of his mana for the turn. And we'd have an empty board in that case. If he leaves the Panther alive, I might not even pop the shield against it. Honestly, I think I'd just play Eviscerate, coin out the Defias Ringleader, and hope my opponent doesn't have a swipe. Now, my opponent has had 2 early drops, the Fairy Dragon and the Panther. So he might have a deck like mine without an endgame, although Druids are not super likely to have such a deck. It's possible. In that case, we have a battle of the weenies here. Me and Mr. Poundit the Druid, and see who comes out on top. So he's thinking about whether to whack me to get my Divine Shield off. He decides to go be above my head. Interesting choice. Is he going to pop the Divine Shield with his hero ability is the question. He is gonna choose to do so. Alright. Well, I have a couple of options here. I could Eviscerate, Defy String Leader, or I could Dagger, Deadly Poison, kill the Panther that way. Let's go ahead and use Eviscerate to put more power on the board. I'm a bit vulnerable to a swipe. A swipe will kill the Ringleader, plus both my Crusader and my little dude. But it would be my opponent's entire turn. So then I could make a Dagger, make a Grizzly, pass the turn, be ready with Deadly Poison to kill some of the things that he might play, although getting up to 5 mana, he might be able to play big things. Alright, he's going to play a big old Duder Cake, which I am pretty happy to ignore. Let's go ahead and drop a Taunter, just so that this guy kind of beats his head emptily. We're going to make a Dagger. I'm not going to swing with my Dagger, because what I really want to do is put Deadly Poison on it. And if you know you're going to put Deadly Poison on your Dagger, you don't want to waste the swings. Now, if by some miracle my opponent plays no Taunter and kills none of my creatures, I've actually got 3, 5, 7, 10 damage. He's down to 8. Deadly Poison. It's going to be another 6, and then this is another 2. He's in real trouble. Alright, that was a good call by my opponent there. He now can actually kill my bear. I think we're officially in racing mode. He can start to pick away at my creatures if he wants to, but I don't see anything better than just trying to race my opponent down. Ah, Frost Elemental. Very nice. Alright, we're going to go ahead and freeze Dark Iron Dwarf. Swing, swing, swing. Now, if I had swung with my Dagger last turn and this turn, I would have dealt 2 extra damage to my opponent, and next turn I could remake the Dagger, put Deadly Poison back on it. So the fact that I didn't do that, didn't get those 2 damage in, that could be my undoing. If my opponent has removal for my stuff, I'll be in serious trouble. But I am beating him down pretty good here with this Defias and the Scarlet Crusader, so he might actually just end up losing. See, this guy can kill my Scarlet Crusader. I've got 4 damage. Force of Nature. Oh god, that's pretty good. He can actually, I think, kill everything. Yeah, he can kill... Okay, no, my Frost Elemental survives by 1 point of life. Well, that's really good that this is a 5 health creature, because I can swing, get him down to 6, and Deadly Poison, plus this guy will finish him off. Whew, that was close. That was close. And of course, if I draw... What else could I draw that would help me here? I only have 1 Eviscerate. Backstab can't target your opponent. Yeah, I don't actually have that much that can deal direct damage, unfortunately. So, I'm gonna just have to hope for the best. Pine-sized Summoner. Ugh. Okay, well, we're going for the kill here, folks. Swing, swing. Wow. My opponent would be dead by now if I had taken those 2 swings with my Dagger previously. Not that this matters, but, it just makes it harder for my opponent to survive. He has to contend with my weapon, my creatures, and yeah. So he'd have to get a taunt. Yeah, and I have a silence for the taunt, rather conveniently, if he does choose to play a taunt. So, it's either that, or he could, of course, see, this is 8 damage. If he deals 12 damage with 7 cards, or 6 cards and 7 mana, he'd also win. I'm not sure how Druids could do that. 12 damage, that's a bit of a tall order. If he had 8 mana, he could play Force of Nature and then use the Spirit of the Panther thing. Has he used his coin yet? Maybe he hasn't used his coin. I guess that would be 9 damage. No, it's even then, that's not... Oh, no, that would be 9 plus 2, that's 11 damage. He'd still be 1 short. Yeah, it's hard for Druids to deal that much damage. Savagery, maybe? Ah, Starfall. Well, he's spending a lot of his mana doing that, which doesn't really save him because I still have this Dagger. Now, if he has an Acidic Swamp Ooze to kill my Dagger, he could then use these 2 creatures to trade my 2 creatures. Oh my god, he actually has that! Okay, well, he doesn't have any mana left to armor up, so I can't just, of course, Dagger and finish him, I think. But that was a bit of a misplay on my part. Granted, I didn't know I was going to draw Frost Elemental, so I don't know if that was a misplay. But I didn't know that I was going to draw Frost Elemental. Had I had the Frost Elemental in my hand, then maybe I would have swung. Alright, that was a bit of a tight game against Pound It the Druid. This is not how I want to play. This is not really a way to get, wins consistently. But, that's just sort of what happened in this draft. I could have passed on that Sen'jin and taken the Stormwind Champion. And was there anything else? I mean, there really wasn't anything. I didn't see any Ogres. I think I passed a Frost Elemental to take removal, which is a choice I stand by. Yeah, it was a hard draft in that one respect. the lack of a late game. I could have taken a Stampeding Kodo over a Perdition's Blade. I mean, given that I saw another Perdition's Blade later, I kind of wish I had done that, but I didn't know that was going to happen, so it was okay. I think I drafted, maybe not perfectly, but well enough. Hearthstone. As always, we're going to play 2 games in this video, and if you're enjoying how things are going, you can check out the remaining games in an upcoming video. We're going to keep the backstab as early removal, but everything else needs to go. I have such a weak late game, I need to absolutely maximize all my chances of getting 2 drops, and I got none of them. I have quite a few in this deck. I got the Panda, the Amani Berserker, I've got the Defias Ringleader, of course. Nope! Not a chance. Oh, that's bad. That is bad, bad, bad. So I could try to play like a controlling game here and like dagger up and kill these things with the dagger, but that's a bit slow. What we're going to do instead is coin out Perdition's Blade. Let's kill the Loot Hoarder. And just take a couple of damage there from the Worgen. Pass the turn. Alright, so next turn I can play the Scarlet Crusader. That holds up pretty nicely against most things my opponent will be playing right here. Like that. Well, that just dies to my weapon. Alright, my opponent's chucking a guy into the meat grinder here. Backstab. Well, that is all of my backstabs. Now, I really seriously have to consider spending a backstab here rather than the weapon, because I might not actually be able to use these things. Fuck. I think I have to do this. I just have to. Now, do I swing at my opponent with the weapon? I do have a Deadly Poison coming up, but I might want to play the Captain, in which case I don't want to remake my dagger, so I'll pass the turn. It's just not likely that there's going to be, like, 3... Like, if I killed the Raid Leader with my weapon, it's unlikely I would have been able to, like, kill 3 more things with backstab later in the game. Oh my fucking Christ, that is terrible. That is really, really terrible. I can't even kill this thing now, it's so sad. It's gonna pop the Divine Shield, whatever, I don't really care. Okay, Betrayal might be useful later on. We're gonna make this Captain Dude, and again, I'm gonna hang on to my weapon, because I just don't think there's gonna be enough ways for me to use backstab. And now that I have nothing to do, I will just use up my last weapon swing against my opponent's face, because I need to dagger and Deadly Poison next turn. I mean, it's possible that I'll draw one of my 5 drops or whatever, but it's just not super likely. And Betrayal is not super likely to be useful either. Alright, all things considered, that's not the scariest play, although it does kill both of my creatures, which is a bit distressing. Youthful Brewmaster. Okay, well, let's think about this. Well, hang on. I could do this, Deadly Poison, that's 3 damage, backstab, smack, swing. Still play the Panda. Yeah, we're going to do that. Just use that removal while it's hot. And I'm going to bring back the Scarlet Crusader, because it would be nice to have it with 3 power, as opposed to 1 power. So all in all, this game is going a little rough. I've got 5 cards on the screen to my opponent's 5, and he's up to play, and my cards are pretty janky. Unless I can draw, like, one of my 2 late-game cards, like my Frost Elemental or my Silver Hand Knight, I am going to just be in trouble because my opponent plays big things that I can't deal with. Like, that was a good example of a big thing I can't deal with. Alrighty. This guy just kills everything I have. Alright, we're going to go ahead and, am I really going to smack into him with my dagger? Well, I'm getting hit anyway. Might as well, right? Let's do this. This. We're going to play Scarlet Crusader. Even though it doesn't use up as much as my mana. Because, I want to have this Divine Shield here so I have like a source of 3 damage that I can drop down if need be. So the question is, can my opponent keep dropping big things with taunts? Because if he can, he's definitely going to win. If not, I might be able to sneak a win. Like if he plays 2 creatures and I can Violet Teacher backstab, I might be okay. Moonfire. That's a pretty good card right there. Does he have a swipe to kill this in my Crusader? If so, he's probably going to win the game because I just don't have anything behind this. He can armor up faster than I can poke him to death with my dagger. So I can't rush him out unless I get very lucky with my top decks. Alright, that's okay. So it's quasi-removal, essentially. He can kill my epic pirate here. Wow, he's going to go for the kill. I guess I am getting pretty low on life after smacking that that arena dude. Alright, well, we got to kill this thing, of course. So we're going to kill it. Let's smack. Attack. Play Violet Teacher. I got mana left over, so I'll remake my dagger. Although I am just planning to make an Assassin's Blade. I have enough damage to kill. This is 12 plus 6 is 18. Granted, he can armor up and stuff, but the real problem is this is going to take 4 turns, and I've already used my Deadly Poison, so it's going to be a while before I can kill him. So if my opponent can just keep putting pressure on me, there's just nothing I can do. He has this. Wow, that's a pretty weak card. Frostwolf Warlord is a little bit better. I can't kill it with Betrayal. It'll only take 2 damage. I'd need Betrayal and the Captain to throw down. That sucks. Well, we gotta do what you gotta do. Can I sneak past 6? Nope. Really can't. Do I play the Flesh-Eating Ghoul or the Assassin's Blade? That is the question. I think I gotta go for the Assassin's Blade here. This sucks. Monstrous quantities of ass. But I think it's my only chance to win. Is to try to race him down with my Assassin's Blade. So I'm currently dealing 7 damage to him a turn, whereas he's only dealing 3. Granted, he might have, removal or creatures or whatever, but that's what I have to go for. There's another one. Uh-oh, that's not good. He played those in the wrong order. Oh, jeez. He played them in the wrong order. Do I have anything that will deal direct damage to my opponent? Anything at all? I got 3, 6, 7 damage. He's going to have 6 health left. I can't afford to let him hit me anymore because he has lethal here. Crap. Crap, 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 crap. Oh, that helps a lot. That really helps. Okay. Let's think about what happens here. Let's just assume he has no answers, because if he has answers, I lose no matter what I do. So let's just assume he doesn't actually have a way to deal with this. He can smack in with the Frostwolf Warlord. This is 5, 6 damage. I'm at 8 health. Alright, theoretically, I'm fine. We're going to just swing on past. Again, this is extremely improbable, but this is what you have to do when you're losing, is you have to play to your outs. It doesn't matter how improbable they are. It's like super improbable that he has like no removal, no silence, no direct damage, no buffs. It's super improbable, but that's what I have to assume is going to happen, or else, because if anything else happens, I lose no matter what I play. Claw, is that going to do it? Oh, it is going to do it, yep. That is, fuck me! It's enough damage. Claw. That was the card. Oh my god, just enough. Alright, well that was the beginning of the arena. It's a little bit of a scary start for the Rogue's future here. But if you'd like to see how it ends, whether Papa Boris can make them some magic happen, or whether he's just going to be relegated to the dumpster of the arena, stay tuned. The rest of the videos are the rest of the games are going to be coming shortly. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and or subscribe. I'll see you soon.